The first game on my list is a game called Nyan Cat, which is based on a meme of the same name. The premise of the game is that you're a Pop-Tart cat flying through space, trying to see how far you can get before you crash. The farther you get, the more points you're awarded. Now, when I first downloaded this game, and my personal thoughts and opinions about it weren't too high. I was looking at the game and checking out the screenshots, and although the reviews were nice, it seemed a little repetitive like the other games I played. But I went ahead and downloaded it anyways just to try it out because it was on a whim kind of thing. And I'm happy I did. The game is essentially really fun for as simple as it is. Now, what I think personally that makes this game even more enjoyable is the replay value, because it keeps the score at the end. Now, this makes this game incredibly competitive for you and your friends, because you try to beat your friend's score, which isn't something a lot of people can say they do. Because sometimes you just got that one friend you can never beat, and maybe this is the game that will allow you to beat it. So if you're just a casual gamer looking for a game to play, I recommend this game because you won't actually regret playing it, as it is incredibly fun and enjoyable for you and all of your friends. Alright, now with that out of the way, it's time to get on to the next game, simply known as Running Dude. Running Dude is a run and jump style game with the same premise as Nyan Cat. All you do is you gotta see how far you can get before you crash. The farther you get, the more points you acquire. Now, you do more than just simply running and jumping in this game, because it adds a lot more, like the ability to shoot a gun at oncoming enemies. You also get items that you can use to assist you throughout the game, like you get a mech, a jetpack, and a Superman ability. Now, due to a little problem on my part, I kind of forgot to get the Superman footage. And as such, I actually don't have any footage to show you, but do be aware that you will fly very, very far distances using the Superman ability. But besides items, the game also adds about 3 different types of nuisances. Now, I call these nuisances visual disruptions, because there's these little squares that are just placed throughout the game, and if you hit them, they do things like this. As for my personal thoughts and opinions about the game, I find it highly enjoyable, and I wish anyone the best of luck when playing this game, as it's not a very easy game to play and does require a lot of focus. So the third game on my list is called Rising, and as far as what type of genre or what type of game it is, it's pretty much a complete mystery to me. I don't actually see games like Rising every single day, and very rarely do I see one like it. Now, Rising is basically a game that uses neon colors to give you more of a graphical feel, which actually works for the game. Now, the plot of the game is you're just trapped in a box. At least, that's what it seems like. You're in a giant square, and you're getting bombarded with hordes and hordes of enemies. You gotta kill the enemies to fight the boss, and then you kill the boss and you extend to the next stage. And so on and so forth continues for some odd number of rounds. Now, I noticed one thing about the game itself was the controls. At first, the controls did seem a little difficult to get a handle to, but after a while you get pretty used to the controls, which is a good thing, because you will need to get acquainted with them as soon as possible. Now, another thing I've noticed is the bosses. These bosses get consecutively harder each round goes by. Another shield gets added to them, thus making them harder to defeat. And at random times, the boss will either shoot lasers or waves or beams or whatever at you. Now, as for you, the player themselves, the more enemies you kill, they drop this box. It's like a power-up they drop. And you collect the power-ups and your ship gets upgraded or you get more health. Thus, you can use that to defeat the boss easier. I recommend that when playing this game though, you get all the power upgrades you can, as soon as you can, before the first boss even appears. Because this first boss isn't an easy boss to beat, despite it being the first level. Now, anyone who wants to play this game, I recommend, and by all means, download it and just have fun, because this game is exactly meant to do that. Now, you're going to need to focus quite a bit and have a decent reaction time, or you're not going to get far in this game. With the first 3 games out of the way, it's time to get to the 4th one. Now, the 4th game on my list is called Shuriken Ninja, And compared to the other 4 games on this list, Shuriken Ninja is probably the most casual game here. Now, the game is simple. All you are is a ninja with, I believe, 6 shurikens total. And you just throw your shurikens at these dart boards, these little targets. And you hit the targets and they break, and when all the targets are gone, the level ends. Now, the cool little thing about this game is that in the corner where it shows all your shurikens, you have 3 different colors. Each shuriken represents the type of medal you'll get. So if you're able to complete the level using only the gold shurikens, you'll get a gold medal. If you're able to complete the level on the silver shurikens, you get a silver medal, and then the same thing with the bronze. This adds a little bit more of a variety and a little bit more thought process to the game. But it's still a really fun casual game to play if you're just sitting on the couch waiting for some time to pass. As for my thoughts and opinions about the game, it's fun, but Shuriken Ninja's not my kind of game. I don't really play casual games, so I can't vouch and say it's the greatest one of them all. But for the very few casual games like Shuriken Ninja that I do play, Shuriken Ninja does in fact pop into my mind and stick out among the rest. So I recommend and I hope anyone who plays this game will enjoy it to its fullest extent. Because this game is just something that most people, I hope, enjoy. I know I did. So the last game on my list is an RPG that is inspired by games like Final Fantasy. Now this RPG game is exclusively for the Windows 7 phone and is titled Dragon's Blade. Now Dragon's Blade, and just like Final Fantasy and the games it was inspired by, has many different classes of which you can choose from. You can choose from the Warrior type class, the Templar type class, the Juggernaut, and the Thief. An Archer, Cleric, Sorcerer, and that's all there is to it. Now, those are the only bit of character that you can choose from as of this game's update, but don't let that discourage you, because that's a wide variety of characters. Now, as far as party members go, you can only have up to 4 members in a party, but if you're careful with how you choose your party members, you can have some pretty interesting combinations. Now, I enjoy playing this game. I just have a thing for RPGs, and I just enjoy playing the heck out of them. And Dragon's Blade is no exception, especially with its online play option. You can go online and play with other players of Dragon Blade and help and assist them when they need to. You can get potions, you can help villagers, and a whole bunch of other stuff that you can do in just a normal regular RPG. Now, what Dragon Blade does that stands out about the other RPGs in there on the Windows Marketplace is that the game in itself is unique. There's no real way to explain why Dragon's Blade is unique unless you actually play the game yourself and figure out that it just has that flair to it, that special feeling. I'm not even going to say that. I hope anyone who plays this game will never put it down, or at least play it with a friend or something. This game is truly just that fun to play. I can't say much more about it because it's just that. It's a really fun game, but as for the plot of the game itself, I don't really know. I haven't actually beaten the game to tell you. So, this game's a little bit more mysterious than Rising, but it's still more well known. I hope anyone who plays this game, and I wish for anyone to play this game, to just play it. This is all I can say about the game. So, guys, it's me, /Demon of the Sword here, and I just wanted to put this little blurb at the end of my video that I made. So, if you guys couldn't tell, by the end of the video, like around the 3rd, 4th game, I got really exhausted. It was just, I couldn't like stay up any longer because I'm so used to going to bed incredibly early that by the time it hit around 6 o'clock, I was completely out of it. Which is why towards the end of the video, things started to seem less informative and more just me rambling on. Because when I get tired, I have a hard time keeping in check what I say, so I just start speaking, and this is one of the possible outcomes that come of it. So I just wanted to quickly put this little blurb at the end and just explain as to why this turned out as the way it is. It wasn't intentional by any means whatsoever, but that's just how the video ended up coming out. I worked on this for a couple of hours because I wanted to get this right. At least in my mind, I wanted to get it right. It didn't come out as I pictured it. I didn't actually have the experience or knowledge to do what I pictured in my mind. So this is pretty much what I got out the video. And I hope you guys enjoyed it and still found it at least somewhat informative. This video is about 9 minutes to 9. It's a good amount. So yeah, just want to say it again. Thank you for watching my video, and I hope you found it informative. Goodbye. For good this time.